and welcome back to the channel. So my name is Chanina if you're new here, and in today's video we're just going to be reorganizing my home office space. So if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on any information that I post, and make sure you hit the notification bell and hit the subscribe button. So today, you guys, I'm just cleaning up my workspace here. So realistically, I do not have a separate room to create an office space, so I chose the biggest room in my apartment where it would allow me to pick out a corner or a small space to create my work from home office space. So I've already done the hard part, which was well, it's not the hard part, but the beginning part of it, which was basically cleaning off my desk. Initially, it was really dusty, cleaning off my printer table here with stuff, and kind of just getting all of that taken care of. So the whole purpose of me doing this was because originally my desk was on the other side of the room and I wanted to change the room around, so I picked this corner. And if you've checked out recent videos when I did a room change, this desk was actually counter corner, right? And there was like a little pocket for me to walk in to sit down. Well, that little pocket kind of got on my nerves, so and it was feeling a little closed in, so I then turned the desk how it is now, but it was pushed back a little bit more, so there was literally no space between this chair and this wall. So it's been a couple of months ago. So since then, I've been sitting at my desk a lot more because I did just start a business, so I've been working on that to way hours in the morning for like weeks now. And I need my desk to be not only functionable, but I need it to work for me as far as managing my time and being organized, and I also want to feel comfortable. So because I had this little pocket right here where I would slide in and I would sit down, it was starting to feel, the more I was sitting here, the more cluttered or closed in per se I was starting to feel. So I was just like, okay, well, I need to change that. So what I ended up doing was just kind of moving the desk out a little bit further. Since there was some room left here at the end of the wall, I just turned the table around sideways instead of how it was before. It was, everything was facing this way, so I turned the table around and I pushed the desk up more, and so now I've got this space between the wall and the chair. I can come in, push this in, and I can sit down and I can move around and feel comfortable. I don't feel closed in. So another thing that I did change too was I took the tower from the floor to the desk, and it was mainly because of the volume. So the speakers are built into the tower, and when I'm listening to a webinar or if I'm in a meeting or something like that, it's kind of, and I don't want to put on my headset, it's kind of hard to hear if the tower is sitting on the floor, because the top of the desk is kind of blocking the sound vibrations or the frequency, if that makes sense. So it doesn't push out like I needed to. So I wanted to get that off the floor, and so I sat it up here, and I thought that I was gonna have it laying down and just set the screen on top, and I did test it out, but it took up a lot of space over here in this area, and that kind of defeated the purpose of me wanting to feel kind of open and comfortable and have enough room to maneuver around. So as far as the equipment that I use, I pretty much use the same equipment pieces every single day, which is my headset, so that is going to remain there. But the other headsets that I use, they were just kind of, I would just kind of throw them, let them lay on the floor over here in the corner. But I'm teaching my daughter to take care of her stuff, so she sees that I'm not really taking care of my stuff, then she's just gonna follow suit. So the best way for me to do it, and what makes more sense, is to just hang it on the wall. So I've got these, I purchased these from the Dollar Tree, so they're really affordable, and they're similar to the what's the brand? I can't think of the brand. Combat, I think that's what it is, where you can pull off the little tab if you're done using it and you don't want to have holes in your wall. So that's what I'm using it for. I actually need the bigger size, but only had the little ones left. So I've got my two headsets up there. and I'm gonna hang something else up there, and I think I'm gonna move my calendar. So actually I'm gonna move my calendar right here. I was on Amazon looking for a kind of like a wall organizer unit, and I only come across the kinds that you can hang on the door, and I kind of just want something that I can kind of hang on the wall either with a hook or a push pin, and it doesn't weigh so much that it comes down. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to figure that part out. So now that I've got my desk and everything dusted off, cleaned off, disinfected, because I did use Lysol disinfectant to clean everything since I sit here all the time. Now I've got to sort through all this stuff. And so basically this box right here, I was thinking about doing like bundles, essential bundles, but it was just a thought. And so I was putting together like a little box to see what I would actually put in the bundle and how much could fit in this size box. So I'm gonna take all that stuff out there because I'm not gonna pursue that idea anymore. Then I've got my little change bucket. But so all these different notebooks and stuff I need to eliminate. I've got just different papers and stuff over there. I need to eliminate all that. And then over here I've got just different stuff that I need to eliminate over here. So one thing that I was working on last night was repurposing my planner. This is a happy planner, and it's the classic one. I showed it to you guys before, I think. But I flipped the covers backwards. So the cover is actually this, but I flipped it to this side because these are the two of the colors that I use for my business. So just made sense. But what I did last night, it took me probably about 30-40 minutes or so. This planner was dated to end, when I started using it of June of last year. And so I've used it all the way up until this point. But when I was cleaning it out, because I was like, well, I could either purchase a whole new planner for the remaining part of the year, or I can see how I could repurpose this one. So what I did was I went through, and all of the sheets that I didn't actually fill out, I took them out, and then I went through and took out all of the sheets that I did write on, reorganized the dividers because they were already marked from when I started using them last year. And so I reorganized the dividers. I stuck in the empty pages in between those dividers for the month, and it turns out that I had enough sheets to create the remaining part of the year, as far as being able to have a planner. So with the dividers that had like the little counters on there, the extra dividers, I just flipped them and just stapled them. And that's kind of like what I did to all of the ones where I had the counter on the other side. And whatever day that month started on, that's the insert of the week that I would start with first. So for example, for October actually starts on a Thursday. So I just started my sheet on a Thursday and then went through, and then I was able to date everything all the way to December. So in December, I'll need to purchase a planner for 2021, and my goal is to purchase another happy planner. I've got my eye on one, but it starts in June, so it's dated to start in July. So now that I've gotten everything situated paper-wise in this area, if you guys, let me show you guys. I've got that chair cleaned out. So now I'm just organizing or gathering the supplies that I normally use on a daily basis. Instead of having just things kind of scattered everywhere and pencil here, pen there, marker here, marker there, and it's just creating a whole mess, which is what my pens and writing utensils and all those notebooks that I had was creating. So what I've decided to come up with was, I have this pencil box here, but it's too bulky to place on my desk, and I don't need this many writing utensils all at one time. So I'm gonna use this pouch here, this pencil pouch, and it's just a regular old schmegler pencil pouch here. And I'm gonna be putting the utensils that I use on a daily basis or will be using regularly in this pouch, and I'm gonna hang it over on the wall over there on one of these hooks so that I have easy access, and that will eliminate anything on the desk that doesn't necessarily have to be there. So I'm just going to show you guys exactly what's in this box. So it's just a box full of writing utensils, and it's just a mix and match of different markers, pens, there's pencils in here and things like that, but I don't need all of this stuff all at one time, and so I don't need it on my desk. So I'm just going to take out what I need from here, and I'm going to put it inside this pencil pouch. So, and then what's ever left is what's going to stay in here, and it's going to go in a closet in a drawer organizer. So what I'm thinking is that I'll need in my pouch is, of course, Post-its. I've been using purple lately, so I'm going to stick that in my pouch, and whenever I need a Post-it note, then I know where to find it. I open mail a lot, and it's much easier to open it with one of these mail openers. So I've got one of these. I found it in my closet, and it seems like something's in it. Let me see. Oh, I've never opened this before, but it actually has some Post-its on the inside, so that's pretty cool. And I don't know where I got this from, you guys, but you can buy one. They're fairly cheap. It doesn't have to be fancy or anything. So I've got a pair of headphones that I use for my phone, and I have 3 colors, white, black, and red. So I'm gonna put a backup pair of headphones in here just in case. And this is the one that I plug into my phone. So like if I go in the living room and I want to watch a video or a couponing video or something like that on my phone, and the husband's watching TV, then those are the earphones that I use for that. So these are the different sizes to the earpiece on the phone. So this goes to the headset that I'm using now. So I'm just gonna throw these down here in this little zipper part. No, actually I'm gonna put it up here. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it in there. So I do use paper clips every now and again, so I'm gonna toss the paper clips in this little area down here. I originally had them in this it was an old packaging case for some band-aids, and I went through all the band-aids. It was years ago, but I kept the case because I felt like I could reuse it for something. And my intentions was to make, when I had Olivia, was to make like a little small first aid kit with it, but I ended up using it to put like paper clips and stuff in. So we're moving our paper clips to this part of the pencil pouch here. So now for the writing utensils. So this is a whiteout pen that I have. So I got these from the Dollar Tree, and I've been using it a lot lately. So that's definitely going to go in the pouch. I use this every day for work when I'm taking calls. I use a bigger highlighter for that because it has more ink in it. And out of this pack of pens and highlighters that I just purchased from the Dollar Tree, I've been using the pen and the highlighter that looks like this. So these are going to go in the pouch because these highlighters I'm actually going to be using for my planner and my calendar over here on the wall, and that bigger highlighter is going to be for work, and then I've got some backup pens. So that's the black ink. So for red ink, I'm just going to pull a pen out of here because when I'm writing in my planner, I know that I'm probably going to be writing something in red. I'm going to stick to just the red and black inks for my planner. I've thought about doing multicolor because I actually have different color pens, but I'm not really trying to like be super creative with my planner as far as like designing it and making it all colorful and vibrant and stuff. I just want it to be functional. So but I am going to need a red pen for different things. So I'm pulling out the red pen. So another thing that I decided to pull out too is a pencil, because if I want to write something down and I need to change it, instead of whiting it out, if I know that it's not set in stone and that there's a possibility that it could be moved around, let's say an event or something like that, or if I plan to put together a video or a presentation or something, if I write it down in a certain part of my calendar or something, but I know that I'm not really sure if that's where I want it to be, then instead of crossing it out with a pen or whiting it out, I can just easily erase it and just move it to where I want its final destination to go. So I did pull out a pencil for that. So I'm going to keep those things in my pouch, and I'm going to put the rest away in the closet. So how I'm going to hang this pouch, let me turn you guys around. Okay, so how I'm going to hang this pouch is fairly simple. I actually just thought of it. Don't know if I was like the original creator, but I'm just saying I just thought of it right as I was thinking of doing this whole cleaning off my desk and around my desk. So I've got everything in my pouch here. I'm gonna zip it. So I don't want to, this is the kind of pouch that you can insert into a notebook. So I don't want to insert into a notebook because I'm not going to be using a binder. A few months back, I had created like a life DIY planner / life organizer, and I used a regular binder. Well, after trying to use it and remembering to use it, it didn't really work out. So instead of doing that, I've come up with this. This is gonna hang on the wall. So the size of the hook, these are the small ones, and it's kind of wide at the bottom, so it's not exactly gonna hang on there. It's gonna just kind of stop at the top right there, and then when it's on the wall, it's gonna kind of be sticking out in that motion. So what I thought about was, I found a bottle opener that I had on a pair of keys from some years ago. I don't know why I keep keys. I keep keys for odd, I don't really know why, but I keep keys, and then as the years go by, I forget what they were for. So anyways, I'm gonna get this on here like this, or try to. Let's see, trying to get this on here, y'all. I might have to hold on, guys. Okay, so I got it on there. In my head, I thought it was going to be so easy to do for you guys here on the camera. So anyways, so I thought about putting this right here. Actually, let me go on this side. Okay, because this has got to hang. So that's why I put this on here. So this is going to be able to hang just like this on the wall, right? And that's the only purpose for this bottle opener, is so that I can be able to hang this thing. So let's do that. Alright, so I'm gonna hang this right here, because it doesn't necessarily need to be like up close, right? Because I'm the only one that's going to be reaching into this. This is for me only. So Olivia, she has her own setup, and then we're just gonna hang that right there. Okay, simple. So as far as where I'm going to put like my notebooks and stuff, that is the part I have not figured out yet. So let me show you guys what I was kind of looking at as far as wall organizers. Okay, so now that I've got my desk cleared off, I need to figure out where I'm going to place the different notebooks that I'm going to be using. So these are essentially all of the notebooks that I'm going to have available to me on my desk, including the book that we're currently reading. So I have my, what essentially is going to be where all of my usernames and passwords for personal and for business. My book, I'm going to have my, I'm going to call this my study group planner slash whatever you want to call it, but that's where I'll be taking notes and writing down different scriptures that are mentioned during the study group. And then I have my planner. And so this is something I'm going to be using every day at the start of August. And then I have my work notebook that I'm almost done with, so I've got a few more pages to go. So that's my work notebook for when I'm taking calls. And then this is kind of like just my scrap notebook for my business. So I just write down different notes if I'm making a draft checklist or something like that, or if I'm watching something and I needed to remember a key point that they mentioned, the speaker mentioned, or whatever, it goes in this notebook. So what I was thinking was, until I get a wall hanger, which will then at some point probably go over here in this little area where the counter was, I thought of getting this. Now, I was using this for eBay just to kind of hold the scissors, tape, and stuff like that with my stuff in the hallway. But this would be a perfect opportunity to put it to use. And you can actually get these from the Dollar Tree around back to school time. So yeah, it's very affordable. So the things that are probably going to stay on my desk is, well, really none of this has to stay like laid out, right? So it'll kind of go something like this. Okay, so I would just kind of place my planner in there, kind of go from big to smallest. So let me take this pen because I just put that in there because I wrote something down really quick. So I would put that in there like that, and then I would slide my username and password book, or once I've actually finished transferring everything, I would stick it in that little pocket. So actually, let's do that. So I'm just going to kind of slide that in like that, and that leaves just enough room for the book that we're currently working on. Okay, so I was trying to figure out exactly where I'm going to put this. So there's enough of a gap. I tested it out before I put everything in here. And there's just enough room for me to slide this between the tower and the wall. Okay, so there's just enough room over here. I was thinking about sitting it between the screen and the tower, but it would have been, I don't know, a little bulky. So I figured my desk is wobbly, so this will kind of stop the wobble if I have something that is blocking it right here, versus if I push the tower up closer to the edge of the desk. When the desk wobbles, then the tower itself will be constantly hitting the wall, and I don't want to damage the tower or anything. So it just makes sense to kind of slide it right here. That way, when I'm sitting here and I need to work on something, then I'm working on just that. So that helps me out, because before I had all of my notebooks and stuff spread out, so I would jump from working on I would just jump from working on different things because of everything that I had laid out, right? So if I'm over here and let's say Sundays are going to be my planning day for the week for everything, then I know I can just pull out my planner and that can be the only thing that's laid on the desk. Now, if I need to just make notes and it's something or jot something down, that's where that other notebook would come in. If I have to work, then the only notebook that I would be pulling out is for when I'm ready to take calls. Okay. If I'm in a study in my study group, then the only thing that I would pull out is the book that we're currently reading and the planner for that. So it makes it more easier, less stressful for me sitting here trying to juggle so many things and then feeling like I'm not really being as productive as I could be if I just kind of had everything organized. So I've got my calendar right here. I don't have to look behind me. And this space right here leaves an option for a wall file hanger. I've got my headphones right there. And as a matter of fact, the ones for my phone, I can actually hang this one down here. Okay, and this area is clean. There's no papers stacked up. There's nothing cluttered up back here. And I am good to go. So now I can function while I'm sitting over here because everything that I need on a daily basis is over there. So the only thing that I have to now worry about is the stuff that is over here, which I'm going to sort out and put into its area. So thank you guys for watching the video today. This is just a little bit of a home office motivation desk area for those that are working or looking to work from home and how you can kind of set it up, and for those who need the motivation to be organized so that you have better time management. Hopefully this somewhat did it for you guys, and I appreciate all of your of you watching my videos, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.